This is Ty,
This is two.
and we're just here telling you if you like the video, put your thumbs up, like, subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and start the show.
Oh,
That's
start the show.
that's the raw stuff.
All right, start the show.
Put some respect on it, yeah. Put some respect on my love, cause all you do is shit on it. Try to be everything you needed, but you ain't deserving. Put some respect on my love, cause all you do is shit on it. Respect on it, yeah. You think I'm crazy and I think you're lame.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Todd Amar, and she is.
Two Winters.
And this is
Talking shit with TNT. Look at you.
What's up? Yeah, I gotta catch myself. I've been fucking up. And today we have a special guest. I said guest. I must be drinking now. Yeah, so we got our friend from Jersey. She outside on the porch with the kids, I think. Hey, how you doing, Trina?
I am doing marvelous. Well, I'm okay.
That's good. Well, it's good to be okay. You know, I was talking to Trina a couple of days ago, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I have never been on a screen a web show. I would like to be on a podcast." And I said, "Sure." And two was like, "Yeah, we with it." All right, so
Thanks for having me.
you're
I
welcome.
feel like I'm a celebrity on here, y'all.
Hey, turn up.
No, for real. So, all right. So, Trina, this is what we do. We bring up topics that come upon one of our minds every week or so, or what happened in the news, or with people and shit like that, and we just talk about it. Now, our conversations are not really generalized, so we talk about anything that comes to mind, and then we start talking about stupid stuff. And to be honest with you, the drunker we get, the dumber we get. So, you know what I mean?
Disclaimer.
Next time you get on here, you got to drink. Bring your drink on, smoke on, whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's the disclaimer. You know what I mean? But we do start off with a topic first, other than the fact that I'm growing my beard back and this shit itches like hell. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so we were talking about this earlier. No, you begin this off.
Hold on, because I gotta save something. Okay, now
Okay, go ahead.
let me get to where the where it was actually was, because I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly
Okay.
of what the poster of the I don't know what you want to call it. I guess a poster. So I'm in this group, and okay, so at first look you think that this is two females on here because that's what the profile picture is. But I had to go a little deeper and realize it's actually a man. But he said, a brother told me Mexican women make the best wives. Is this true?
What?
Yes. So basically, apparently it triggered some women on here, of course. Then we have the ones that are of Mexican descent that jump on here like, yeah, we're winning, nah, nah, nah. And I was like, I'm not saying that you're not winning, sis, but let me just give you some facts, because the facts that he was giving seemed like it came right on out of his ass. So I was like, okay, since I am a debater, this is what I do. He tried to go back and forth with me. Needless to say, he had to stop at some point and think about, wait a minute, she did say she was educated. Yeah, you educated, all right, because I really can't get past all the things you're saying, because we went from basically, in my opinion, a good woman makes a good wife. Period. It don't matter what color she is or whatever. A good woman makes a good wife. Okay, so I gave him the rundown of, I had three best friends. We all went to college together. We all finished. All of us have our own business now. Every last one. It's four ladies. We call ourselves the Naughty Girls. Went to UNC Charlotte together. We all graduated. And we all have our own businesses. And basically, just letting you know that Black women are not out here like banshees yelling to the world, we hate Black men and we disrespectful to all Black men. That's just not a true thing, because we got fathers, brothers, cousins, uncles, grandfathers. I mean, we friends that are Black that we love, that we take, you know, right. So that's not a thing. What he was saying, I said, basically, dude, because after I found out he was actually a guy, like, basically, dude, you need to seek therapy, because that's a whole bunch of self-hate you got going on there. You have love for Black men. You rep Black men. I get it. You're a Black man. You rep them. It's either that or you love them like that. You know what I'm saying? But, or, you know what I'm saying? Because women in general, we're not losing our men to other women, because they're supposed to be with a woman. Yeah. We're losing them to men. Well, so, I mean, let's keep it 100. That's just what's going on. So I was just like going back and forth with him within the post. Eventually, some other women got on there and they were listening. They were like, oh, okay, so yeah, because I didn't even like what he was saying anyway. And I'm like, okay, but y'all didn't rep like I was repping. That's okay. I got y'all. I know y'all blood pressure about to go up. I'm not gonna do that, because I do this. This is what I do. I go back and forth. I've gone back and forth with Ty before. We do this. This is what I do.
She loses though, but that's cool. That's cool.
You said what now?
Why?
I said you loses, but go ahead.
I do not lose. What is all those memes you send me about Capricorns, and you be like, the Capricorn sitting there waiting for you to Google the shit so you can find out that yes, I was right.
We have done that. We have done that.
I'm right.
I want to say, why is it like that? Like, for years about the whole Mexican topic, we've been fighting with, it's just like a downgrade on society when it comes to Black females. Like, I don't get it. Like, and like you said, we don't trash talk, our Black men or put them down. So why are they doing it with us? And it doesn't matter what color you are. Like you said, if you're a good person, you can be a good wife.
Right.
Okay. I was telling
if you know how to cook or clean, whatever. But anybody can be a good person and still be a horrible wife. So it could be, it goes all around. We all have our good days and we all have our bad days. Females is females. We all bleed the same. We it doesn't matter.
Right.
Wow, she took it to the monthly.
Let me stop.
But no. Let me stop. Now, you know what, though? I do find out, especially living in the South, that there's a lot of Black men who always consider other non-Black as better than Black women. You got to understand that people are going to be people. And just because you meet a certain person, especially down here, you know what I'm talking about, too. They love white women down here. They love them. And I don't have a problem with white women at all. Let's get it out of the way. But the problem is, a lot of times they kind of hype them up as white women are like this and Black women are down here. But then reality is, you look on the videos on Facebook, on YouTube and all that, and you hear about the Karens. The Karens are ignorant. They're very nasty. They're very rude. Those are white women. Those are not Black women. You never heard a Black woman be called a Karen before. Those are white women, privileged white women. So, it's almost like I told you, it's almost like a form of self-hate. Like, you hate yourself. You hate who you are. So, for some reason, you hate being having a Black woman, or something about Black women that you don't like that reflects upon yourself. You know what I mean? And I hear this, and don't get me wrong, women say the same shit sometimes. Oh yeah, I like me a white dude or somebody of another race. I don't like I want my kid to have that pretty hair, the straight hair.
Yes.
You hear that shit though, and I'm gonna be blunt. I always felt, I got half Puerto Rican kids, but I don't care about their hair at all. You know what I mean? Their hair, like shit. Yeah. One person's hair is as straight as it can be, and the other one has hair like me. So you part of that circle. But I feel like we always are taught that everything that's Black, there's something wrong with it.
Right.
There's something wrong with being Black.
Black and bad, Black bad. Yeah. The little thing where they did the little project with the baby dolls,
and
even the Black children chose the white baby. Why it's a white baby? Because the white baby's good and the Black baby's bad. Yeah. That was the little thing that they did. But I'm like, that's indoctrinated. That's a European indoctrinated thing, and it's happened since we were brought over here. And I don't care how we got here, but it's been that way since we got over here. What makes a Black person say, I don't like Black people, when you came from a Black person?
Especially the Black people.
Yes.
Right. That is a form of self-hate. You came from a Black person.
I had to check this guy one day because he basically has multiple siblings, and he basically just dated all white girls. And so he made a comment one day. He said, "Oh, y'all hair stink. Y'all sweat out your hair. Y'all be dancing. Y'all loud." And I'm like, "What?" And so I had to check him. I finally said, your mom is Black. And he got quiet when I said that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because hair stink.
He got quiet.
Don't
Right.
Don't give me
Like, is that really how they think of us? And then I was seeing this podcast before, and this one person was like, it was so true about us. They were saying how we're always in a category. Black women can't cry like white people. We can't have anxiety. We can't panic. And it's like, we also have like expectations, like we're strong and we can't do that. We have to do this. We have to be tough. But they don't have to be this. They can cry and we can't. Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that because it's even been on me before. Like, I know that I should have went to a doctor's office or I should have went to the hospital, but I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be tough, but I really feel like I might die today. But I'm just gonna sit here and take the pain because that's just how. Like, I feel like we are raised to be tough. To be honest with you, I feel like Black women,
like that too. You're right.
Yeah, I feel like we were raised to be tough, and that carries with us. But we're not always like that because, as you were saying about the anxiety, about the depression, about all that type of stuff, that stuff, it looks different when it comes to a Black woman, a Black girl. It looks different. It's not just like, what's her name, Christiana, who's a lily white girl, and she's depressed, she's cutting herself, and she got this and this going on. Our depression may not look like hers. It may not be all the way in your face apparent. It may look like fear. It may look like other things that we got going on. So,
and the thing I really appreciate with Black women is, even though it is hard being a Black woman, and the strength of Black women that Black women have to show. And not because you're naturally stronger than any other woman, it's because society makes you have to show that. And Black women shoulder so much onto their table, you know what I mean? And things are given to a Black woman or taken away from a Black woman, you know what I mean? And they try to downgrade certain things that help out the community, you know what I mean? And try to take away certain programs and certain things, take away the knowledge of everything, you know what I mean? But I think Black women really have been holding it down for such a long time. I mean, and we're taught that even when it was slavery, who was taking care of the household when the father was taken away, working on other farms, or, taken away far away, and the kids were gone. You had to go through all that and be strong. You had to go through the raping and the destroying of your whole life, you know what I mean? And the molesting and all that stuff, and still be able to be a person. And figure yourself as a person, you know what I mean? And Black women went through that harder than any other race.
Amen. Yes.
So that part of it, that's why I don't understand the whole get up of, oh, well, this woman does this better. Well, this woman don't have to go through the same shit that a Black woman go through. You know what I mean? Or they handle it differently. When a Black woman go through something, she just handled it. She may be angry about it and let it loose, but she'll handle it. Right. Where you ever see somebody else go through something, they feel like they should be taken care of, or they complain about it, or you must
do shit and do a Karen.
Like a Karen. A Karen. Well, most of the thing that's irritating about Karen is a Karen feel like you have to do it, and if you don't do it, there's a real issue. It's not I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to walk away from it, or you know what I mean. It's always you have to deal with it. Like they're not used to dealing with stuff. So. And like I said, I'm not saying this about all white women. I'm just saying that there's a lot of privileged white women out there who feel like, they don't have to, they have to, if they had to deal with something, they have a hard time dealing with stuff.
Right.
I don't know. Straight into the camera, see my eyes are going this way though. I don't know what's going on here.
It's just the way the camera is, because I'm right in front of mine, but my eyes are looking funny too.
I'm looking at mine. I'm like right, a little. Okay, there you go. That's a weird way. That's weird. Like it's like right here, but it's like I'm looking like this way. Like what the fuck? But yeah, but and I really do mean that though, because I hear that a lot, especially I go to a gym. There's a lot of Black people, and a lot, and unfortunately there are a lot of white women. Now I do say this, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I can't sugarcoat this part. Is I feel like Black women need to take care of themselves a little bit better when it comes to working out and getting some exercise. I am gonna say that. Yeah.
I feel like we do that, honestly.
Oh, y'all don't.
No. I guess maybe in the 80s. Maybe in the 80s. But I still and I just remember my grandmother, rest her heart, rest her soul. My grandmother was the epitome of we about to get out here and exercise. Okay. I might feed my grandbabies and plump them up because I came back as a military Black from Kansas and I was scrawny. I was skinny, bony little thing. My grandma was like, oh, no, 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 no. Even though she did a million diets and exercise, she still was like, nope, you too small. You need some meat on your bones. So she would feed me and thicken me up. But I remember it was always some type of workout, something. My mom even had us doing workout stuff. Like I grew up with it. Like hair. I remember there was a thing that they had said, something about in the 90s. Black women only care about their hair, blah, 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 blah. And what was it? They didn't care about their bodies. Okay. I thought about that for a little bit and I was like, well, maybe, but to be honest with you, I don't give a shit about my hair. I'll pop this wig off here right now because it's hot and I'll be sitting up here talking to you. But I do care something about my body because I only get one of those, right? Like your hair, you cut it off, it'll grow back.
I'm going to say it like this, though. This is
well, let me chime in.
Go ahead.
Maybe down south, the Black sisters, but up north,
I lived up north. You can't do that. You can't pull that. I lived up north.
No. But you can't just particularly say it's race.
It's not. Look,
if any race that's not like that, it would be the Asians. You never see any fat ones like that. But there's us that work out. There's a lot of fat ones. You even have the girls that look like masculine than guys. They have six packs or they got muscles.
All right, so
no, I don't think the weight part is the issue. If anything,
I'm not talking about weight.
Generation.
See, I think we kind of get it confused though when I say that.
Like getting their butts done and all that.
When I'm saying like this, I have being down here, especially being down here, I realized that with white women down here, they work for what you are blessed with naturally.
Because they want it. What you
That's
want?
True.
They want a Black man.
They're the most ones that get the plastic surgery. Look at Kim.
Yeah, exactly though. Exactly though. But like even
they want to have our bodies. So
right.
Don't get me wrong. I think
get mad when we put on the wig.
I'm not upset that you do it. This is what I'm saying is, as a Black women are naturally blessed with a body type. Black women are naturally blessed with hips and ass to go with the hip.
Most of us. Don't say all, because I have seen.
Yeah,
I kid you not, a pancake ass Black woman, and I was just like, "Where did I ask?"
It's never the rule. It's just there are exceptions to the rule. Don't get me wrong.
There's always exceptions.
Right, like the stuff that white women go for hours on hours and hours to get. You see like 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old Black women get that shit, and like they have that shit naturally. Like motherfucker, a Black girl at 14, you think she going to the gym for real? No. Black girl at 20 something, she ain't going to the gym for real.
Hold up now.
No, that's not true.
I was going to the gym.
But what I'm saying is there's a lot of Black women who are blessed naturally with the body that everybody wants. Period.
True.
Of course, the skin too. Hello. And the hair. How many people wear braids? How many people wear weaves? Who invented it?
Summer. Tuesday.
What is it?
There you go. Got it. You got it.
What is it?
Like a piece of hair. It's still there. Oh, that's your wig.
My hair?
Oh, okay.
It's my wig.
Oh, it was just like hanging there.
I will pop this thing. Look.
I know you would.
Because it's hot and I'm sweating. Okay.
Now she's ready to fight.
Now it's off.
Now she's ready to fight. So you get the Vaseline.
I ain't even got no earrings on or nothing. It's hot over here. So It's still too
You really
late.
made her pop it off.
Hey.
He talking about my hair. Okay.
That's what we do.
It's braided down. It might get cut off all this
Nice
summer.
break it down.
It might get
No,
cut
You
off.
really just made her take that off.
I didn't make her take off shit. She did it by herself. Shit. You don't know her. She do what the fuck she want.
I really don't. I don't care about my hair, to be honest with you.
Exactly. She do what the
Like
fuck.
I really don't. I went to the grocery store just like this a minute ago.
Mhm.
Just like this.
Yeah, I
The
tease.
girl-
I can tease all day. She do what the
Oh,
fuck she
what's
want.
the name?
She don't have no problem. What is that, soda?
This
Yeah.
is club soda.
Oh yeah. She's like bougie. But nah,
You call me bougie.
a little bit. But club soda. Can I have a club soda and some gin and club soda, please?
No, I want no. My drink is the club soda with the rum and the
Oh.
crushed peppermint leaves.
Okay.
Mojito.
Oh, that is.
I like
That is-
iced tea. No. I'm joking.
I like the Long Island iced teas myself. This is some weak ass margarita though. Oh my god. But
what's the proof?
well, that's-
19?
Nah, it ain't even that high. It's like 13.
Oh,
Well, that's high.
it's not high enough.
That's like beer. It's not even beer. And with the sangria is only like 12. I can't wait. Wait till I get back on my feet, man. The Ciroc is gonna be pouring. I'm gonna be pouring that Ciroc. That watermelon
I can't
Ciroc.
even drink. I can't even drink none of that stuff no more.
So now-
Me neither.
Oh, so you don't drink no more,
Cool.
Trina? You don't drink no more?
No, actually, I only do it at like certain occasions, like a wedding or something like that. But no, I don't on my house just have a glass. No.
But you know what? I have a glass for the show, and I probably have a glass if somebody was over here. But like usually, naturally, I don't drink at home. I usually drink when I go out. I'm not an in-house drinker. Now I can get drunk out, but most of the time I don't.
Yeah.
But all right, so I'd have to get off too far off subject. All right, now too, this is crazy. So Trina gotta be at least, I'm gonna say you were born 1989.
1988.
Oh, so you were Martin.
No.
No,
Yeah,
you were 88. So you and Martin the same age then. So you were born in
Right.
1988. So I'm like 9 years older than you. I remember one time before I left Jersey, I was at this bar in Camden called Nice Little Bar.
Yes.
I'm sitting up there at this little bar, and I'm chilling. It's a damn shame when you go to the bar and you see your little cousin and her friend and her little friend walk into the bar. These two mothers coming in and talking about, hey. When I tell you I was done, like that was like I had my last drink and I left that night. As soon as I see y'all, I said,
Are
hi
you
to y'all.
serious?
I said hello to y'all, and I left that like 5 minutes later. I was like, I cannot be partying with y'all. Y'all are too.
That's how you know you're getting old, huh?
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
If they old enough to get in there, that you should have just stayed there and hung out. You could have been like the bodyguard.
Right.
Man,
But if I do go out to like a club or bar, I will have a drink. Let me not get it twisted. But I don't do the brown. I like the classic, just the clear, like vodka or something like that. Ciroc. I like vodka.
you know
I
what's
think
my
Jolly Rancher was my favorite.
where?
Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Ranchers. Oh, I ain't had one of those ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I took it back, right? I took it back.
you had a Jolly Rancher?
Those are good.
I had never had one of those.
Aren't they good?
You know
Okay,
what-
we have to try it.
You know what is my favorite drink though? Honestly, you know what's my favorite drink? That's funny. You were talking about Mexican women. You got Mexico syrup, but
What is it?
my favorite drink is a free one. I drink brown. I drink white. As long as I ain't paying for it, I look. I hate the taste of tequila, but if it's free, I would drink the tequila all day.
I remember going to the clubs and it was one magical night. I went out with my teacher friend because at that time I was teaching, and it was Halloween, right? Imagine you 20-something-year-old teachers out with skimpy clothing on. And at first I didn't have skimpy clothing on, but I went and took them pants off and made that shirt into a dress. And from that night on,
Ass out.
so what?
So you were just walking around with your ass out.
No, because my other teacher friend, who's now a principal, she told me that if if you pull your dress down, if you bend over and you can't see your ass, then it's good to go. You can wear it. You don't have to wear leggings with those. So I had the girls like, "Ho, go, girl, and put my heels back on. All right, now look at me. When I bend over, tell me if you see my booty." And she was like, "Girl, no, I don't see your booty." And really, you couldn't, but the dress was hugging my ass because it just was. So that magical night, from that point forward, all my drinks were free whenever I went to the club. And I don't know how that happened, but every time I would go
How
there,
it happened? What you talking about? I don't know how it happened.
I don't. I went to the bar and I'll be getting ready to put my money out. Somebody go, no, baby, no. Put my money away. You about to,
And all them legs and ass showing.
I got you.
What the fuck?
I got you. So yeah.
You know what's weird though? I remember when I first started going out to the bar when I was 20 something, and I would never ever buy a woman a drink. Never.
What?
Oh no, I would never.
That's how you get. That's how y'all get us.
Yeah.
No. Well,
No,
no.
I didn't do that until after I got me and my ex-wife broke up, and I started going to the bar. And I wanted to be a grown up for once. What the fuck was that? Okay. I wanted to be a grown up for once, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start buying women drinks. That was a game changer of my life.
Oh.
I go to the bar. I go to a bar. I spend about $50 on drinks, and come home with something every other night.
That's how
I gotta leave, y'all. Do y'all mind if I leave?
Oh no! Thank good for coming in though.
Yes, thanks for coming in.
I gotta tend to the kids. I would like to join y'all again one day soon.
Right.
And I'll
All
stay
right.
longer next time.
All right, no problem.
Yes, you're welcome.
But I hope
Come on
you
in.
guys enjoyed me, even my viewers.
All right, yeah.
Yes, come through.
All right, come back through,
Okay.
okay?
Yes, have a good one. Thanks,
too.
guys.
I'm
All right.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was it. Man, it was a game changer right there because I was bringing home women a day, 2 days later, locking it up. I was like, damn, all right,
The ass.
huh?
The ass came with the alcohol. And notice they both begin with the letter A.
Yes, they do. Hey, ass and alcohol
There you
go together. They go together. You know what I mean? Shoot.
Now, I wasn't giving up ass just to anybody who bought me a drink. But I will tell you this, I kid you not, no drinks that I paid for. And even when I went to, like the last club I went to.
First of all, I'm not just anybody. I'm me. Second of all, I mean, God, I do have sparkling conversation. Doesn't it? I mean, I can talk a little bit now.
Look,
I'm not.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying. Because the last club that I went to, which was in Greensboro, I was trying to pull out my money to buy myself something to drink then.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hey.
Because everybody want to try to be your boyfriend when you go to the club. If you go to a club with a group, now you're somebody's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How? I just met you. You buy my drink and let me go.
You know what was weird though? I remember going out to the club, and I used to dance on the dance floor. I can't dance for shit, but I used to dance on the dance floor. And I used to just dance. I ain't trying to take no chick home or nothing like that. I was just trying to dance and shit. And I don't know if I told you this shit. I probably did. I don't know. I'm old. I'm forget shit now. I'm 42. But every time you ever go to a club and you're a female, you may know this. Have you ever had a dude dance with you and he'll dance with you for like 10 songs straight and won't let you go?
Yes.
And you do it now. Have you ever noticed? Have you noticed that there are other guys waiting behind this dude to dance?
Yes.
But that motherfucker be blocking like crazy.
Yes.
Nigga, I can't stand that. I could not stand that shit. I used to go to the club and I just remember dancing with a chick, and I could be dancing with one chick and be like, yo, I'm gonna dance with her next. I can't wait to dance with her. And then all of a sudden, a dude would come up and start dancing with her, and it'd be like 3 songs in. That nigga still dancing with her, right? And you would tell her, look at her face, she look like, oh my God, I just want to leave this dude alone. And the curious thing is, I would always wonder, did y'all ever notice that there's other dudes that want to dance with you, but he be blocking you off? Like, do y'all
Yes.
don't want to just dance with this dude or what?
Well, I also realized that it's the same thing for women because my baby daddy, like we weren't even like a thing at this time. We had just seen each other at a couple clubs or whatever, and I was dancing with him, and I said, "I'm about to go get me something to drink.
Mhm.
That part is over with." But oh no, I know what it was. It wasn't that. I left because my song came on,
Mhm.
and I had this thing that if I seen a guy with a hat on, like and they're in the middle of the dance floor, I'm gonna take your hat off and put it on my head.
Oh.
So he wouldn't come into the middle of the dance floor. So I walked away. And I started dancing with this other dude, and he wouldn't let me take his hat off. He said because he didn't get his hair cut, so he wasn't gonna take. I said, "Don't nobody care about your hair. They're looking at me. Fuck you." So I danced with him because that was my song, and he was dancing like I wanted him to dance or whatever. And I went back over there towards where my baby daddy was, and some girl was all breaking a sweat trying to
dance with him.
He just looking at me like, this ain't what I tried to do. I wasn't trying to do all this.
Hey,
I know what she trying to do.
I've been there too. You be like, this chick. And he be wondering why this chick like on you like that. Like, come on, man. Like, then she be like on you for like 3 songs. You be like, damn, man, shit. I just dance with chicks 2 other times. Fucking, it's a party.
I've done that too. I've seen like there was one guy. He said, "I don't dance, but I'll dance with you." And I literally watched him in the club. He won't dancing with nobody. Like the girls are basically dancing up on him. He was just standing there. But the minute I come walking through, he grabbed me. He like, "Yep, told you I would dance." And put me trying to lock me up. Okay, that's what you want to do.
I don't know. I don't dance no more, so I just chill at the sideline watching people dance. And I know I've said this before. I just laugh because every time you go to an older person club in their 40s and they be out there twerking, oh my God, I'm dying laughing. But it's not. I don't be laughing because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because they do. Like our generation invented twerking. By the way, actually, not my generation. Actually, my sister's generation were twerking before us. But it's just funny seeing somebody in their 40s with grandkids out there popping it up. That's funny as shit to me.
Just remember, now that you said something about 40s, I just remember I had the worst experience at a 40s and up club. And we had to pay $40 to get in this bitch.
The fuck?
$40. Now we are in our early 20s.
Damn.
And all these motherfuckers in here are old as shit. And wherever there's a youngin that comes walking through there.
Oh, you done. You meet.
They all flaunt it to me and my cousin because we had paid $40 to get in this bitch because these other girls wanted to go in there and find them a sugar daddy. Guess what? Then they wanted to leave us, and they did leave us. You want to know why? Because all the sugar daddies was up on us. They were older than we were.
Yeah.
They were like late 20s, early 30s. We were fresh meat, and they was trying. They left us there. Didn't tell us when they left or nothing, and we didn't have no I don't think that's even when GPS is on your phone then.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so we had to figure our way out of there. We just held off and left. And then I think at that time I was married. Okay, mind you, I was married. So my ex-husband was like, "Why you leave my cousin and them at the what you call it?" I said, "I didn't leave them nowhere. They left me." And of course, they lied on me.
No, they said that you were getting with the guys.
Right. Said I was like, first of all, how would they even know if they left us? That's number one. Number two, I wasn't trying to dance with no old man. No. Because these guys were older than 40. They were not 40.
They were 50.
They were like 50, maybe 60. The ones that wear the hats when you go in the club.
Yeah.
Have on church shoes in the club. No.
That used to be me. I used to wear hats in the club. Oh my goodness. I used to wear fedoras. Oh my goodness.
That was the worst. I'm just gonna tell you.
You know what though? I'm learning, Now, I don't know. See, I have I have no problem with the sugar daddy. Now that I'm 40 something, I have no problem with the sugar daddy aspect of life. I can see how that works.
I can see how it works. I don't want it to work.
Well, why not?
Because okay, so hold on one second.
Okay, pause. Well, that's funny. And but the reason why I asked you what a Kiki was, because I thought it was like a Kiki, like that was just as a code name for a girl. I'm like Kiki, you know.
No.
So he already know. He already know.
You better edit that out too.
What, Kiki?
Because I think he be watching.
Oh, okay. Edit out. But yeah, so I don't know. I just remember. That's funny. You don't fuck me up with that whole story. I don't know. Oh man. So how's? Hold on. Got pause again. So now that we on the subject on Black women, how beautiful y'all are. We off that. How's the dating app thing going?
The dating app is thebomb.com. Oh my goodness. There's so many.
Question: do you actually talk to these two people on a regular basis, or you just be like,
No, I do talk to people on a regular basis. There's like a couple of them that I talk to like every day.
And have you been invited out on a date yet, or have you been out on a date?
I've been invited out on a date, and I don't know if I want to go. My whole thing about this, the online dating thing with me is like I need to meet you there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. You don't come pick me up, because I still believe that there's
People.
Yeah, murderers.
Yeah.
Like you go your way and I go mine.
I understand that.
And I'm have to ride around Charlotte for a couple of minutes, make sure you ain't following my ass. Cause no, I can't.
It's crazy. Like I was telling you before, it seems like, especially with certain apps, it always is funny to me because especially with certain apps, like, yeah, I want a husband, a long-term relationship, I want to build shit, blah, 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 blah. Women always say that shit. And like the first day I meet them, sweet, fucking. It was just crazy. Like every dating app that I dealt with, every time I got on a date, I'm not even talking about it takes like a year or, it takes a couple of months, a couple of weeks, a couple of days. Like there were times I can talk to the girl that day and we fucking that day.
And I'm just not like, I guess that's me. Like I could do that, but then I feel like I still have to safeguard myself some kind of way. Like I'm not just gonna go jump up. Like I feel like I'm too old for that now. Like in my 20s, I might just, because I remember I was supposed to have a one night stand, and it wound up not being a one night stand. But I literally let a dude that I just met into my house, into my home, literally. And that's what we did till the sun came up. But I'm just like, that wasn't like normal. I was high. I had been drinking and I was in a building where everybody was smoking. So you had to catch a contact. It was inevitable. And so my boundaries that I would normally might have were totally down.
I don't have those boundaries. So what ended up happening? All right. So there's an app. I'm not going to say his name, but there's an app.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it was a few years ago. It was a while back. But I was living in South Carolina, and I was supposed to be going to a New Year's Eve party, like 2014. And for some reason, the people that I was supposed to be hooking up with at the New Year's Eve party did not show up. Come to find out they were fucking, so that's probably why they didn't show up. But so I got bored. My homeboy was like the one that was fucking. Actually, he was telling me, "Oh yeah, man, I met this girl on such and such app." Blah 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 blah. What's that? All right, I'll try it out. I don't really deal with online dating like that. I never did that shit before, for real. You know what I mean? I was just gonna check it out, see how it go. And I'm scrolling through, I'm seeing hi to every girl I thought was cute and shit like that. And I was getting no response back. And this one girl responded back, hey, how you doing? And I was talking, like, hey, what you doing tonight? I ain't got no plans. And in my mind, I was like, you know what? Come down, come to my house and chill with me. And she said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. Come on, give her my address and shit like that. I don't know, as soon as I sent her my address, I was like, oh my God, I just sent a total stranger I lived at my address. And like I was so paranoid at the fact that I sort of just took my address. So what ended up happening was I started hiding knives all around my house. So I had a knife everywhere hidden in my house. She didn't know what a knife was. And I was like, dang, she might bring a nigga to my house, rob me. I was like, yo, I don't know. I had some nice stuff, new stuff. But old girl did come to my house and she came in and she had a bottle of Crown Royal that she was drinking on. So she was already drunk and high by the time she got there because she always smelled like weed. And by the time, it was like, we watched the ball drop and then her drawers, like literally, I would say her drawers dropped, but shit, she wasn't wearing no drawers when she came to my house. She came to my house with no panties on. So, long story short, me and her brought in the New Year's together all night long. I was like, wow, I love this app.
I just had to be around like certain people. Like I was around, I guess I had strength in numbers because I was, that was who I was with.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't feel like he was a threat per se.
Yeah.
And plus he was hanging around me and then he bought me a drink. Mind you, I've already had several drinks because we went from one club to another club, basically. Everybody would go to that club because that was like the it's the after party club. That's where you would go
after hours.
When the other one was shut down. Yeah. So we all out there, but in that place you can smoke weed. Hell, I'm pretty sure somebody was over there doing some lines. Hell, I don't know. But they was doing everything they want to do.
That reminds me, because that happens down here a lot. Yo, niggas down here do coke like it's like smoking a cigarette, nigga.
Yeah, because apparently cocaine, you can be functional. And I knew a very functional crackhead, actually. And she was not she wasn't us.
Trust me, she was unfair.
Yeah.
I know I have a friend of mine, definitely ain't gonna say his name, but I have a friend of mine who I know is on those type of medications, and he is a functioning cokehead, a functioning meth head, functioning drug addict, functioning. Got a good job, piece of over 6 figures. Good job, go to work every day, work all night long, does really good for himself. Got a nice house, got nice cars, functioning now. He functions very well doing it. You know what I mean?
Better not ever stop it.
Huh?
Better not ever stop it.
What, the drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, the way he said it was, the drugs helped him do better doing his job.
I mean, I believe that it does, but what happens if you do it, say you're consistent with it, you take them every day, like a medication, right? What happens sometimes when you stop a medication cold turkey?
You hurt badly, trust me. I'm like that with when I take ibuprofen. I take ibuprofen and I can take it. The day I stop taking it, I hurt real bad.
Right.
So I try not to take it all the time unless I really need it or know I'm going to go. I'll take it on the weekends when I know I'm going to play basketball. If I'm just lifting weights, I won't take it just lifting weights. Even though I got leg day tomorrow, but even though I know I got to do legs, I don't take it for just lifting weights. Now I will take it for playing basketball because the rigors of actually playing and hurting at the same time, that does not go. But yeah, I don't know. That was I just know like most of the time I go online and I used to go online dating Most of the people I actually talk to now, mind you, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't every time I talk to or say hi to, don't say hi back. But everybody I do say hi to, 9 times out of 10, you know, I do end up banging them.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be dating into one per se, but on the app that I'm on, everybody should try out this Facebook dating app if you're single. If you're single, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of married men on here though.
I can guarantee
A
that.
lot of these fools literally have their girlfriend in the picture. They're not gonna convince me that's your wife, or not. I mean, not your wife, but
It's a
it
girl
might be their wife. You're not gonna convince me that that's your
sister.
sister,
Because
auntie, cousin. You're not finna
they be
convince
hugging
me.
them.
Huh?
They be hugging them from the back like they in love.
Right. And I'm sitting here like, I just hit the X. If I see a picture that I don't like, I hit the X.
Mm-hmm.
If you look like you could be my papa or my father, I hit the X, because I have gone out with somebody before and I looked hella young. I may look young now, but I looked hella young when I was younger. But he looked his age. And so huh?
What's his age?
He was in his 30s. He was like 30, 34, 35.
What's hella young to you?
Huh?
How old were you?
I was like 24.
Go ahead.
Mind you, I was 24, but I looked like I could be 17.
Okay.
So I'm up here with him, and I know people are looking at us like, is that his daughter? Who is that? Is that his daughter? And I'm looking at them like, please don't look at me like that, because it's not that type of situation. And then he would reach over and give me a kiss, and I was just looking at the reaction of people. But it's happened to me even more recently. I would say before COVID, I went out with somebody who was much older than I, and they thought he was my father. They lit like everybody was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You helping your dad?" I'm like, "We're actually on a date, so there's that."
You know what? That's weird though, because honestly, I dated, or I can't. I hate saying dated because I don't think we were dating. But I have gone out with women I have dealt with women who are older than me in their 40s, late 30s, 40s, somewhere in their 50s. I have dealt with women like that. No issue. You know, I had no issue with that. You know what I mean?
But how old are you, and how old did you look?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I turned 21, people still thought I was 13 years old. Like you see this baby face right now. Like I definitely couldn't have no hair back then. I was young then.
13 though.
Good nigga. I looked like I was 13 when I was like I can show you pictures of when I was back in the day.
I wish I had some.
Well,
I literally don't have any pictures, or I don't have them. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't have the pictures of when I was like in my 20s, early 20s, mid 20s.
I don't either. It's just that my friends do, and they posted it on Facebook. But literally, I had no facial hair at all. And, I didn't have this. I had a Caesar cut. You know what I mean? And I wore the glasses. And honestly, people thought, oh man, I remember I was with a friend of mine's sister, and they thought I was her son. And I was like 18, 19 at the time. Oh, I thought you were 13. Like, little dude, I used to get carded all the time. Like, literally, it was ridiculous. But I mean, I dealt with the 40 year. I mean, I had a 14-year-old difference, but I dealt with the 44-year-old. I was in my 30s. And are you asleep?
No.
Oh, you on your phone, man, because you look high, so just get that high look in your face. But and then when I was in my when I was in my 30s, I could mess with women in their 50s. That was a plaything, though. It wasn't a relationship. We just had fun. Which is weird, though, because that was the first time in my life that I learned that, you can have gray pubic hair.
Oh, the things they don't tell us in the rule book.
They do not. Like, and I ain't talking about like a hair here and a hair there. I'm talking about a gray ass motherfucking bush.
Well, mine's not a gray ass motherfucking bush, but there's a tough little area where if I let it grow out, it will be not black.
No,
But I don't let it grow out. So there's that.
it was a tough little area right on the lift that was gray as hell. And I just remember seeing it and I was like, wow. Now, I didn't want to be rude, so I wasn't being rude. I mean, we still did it. But the next time she came over, she did shave the next time we did it. So that was a good thing.
She was testing you out to see how you would do.
No. I honestly don't think she was expecting to have sex that day. Like, she used to come over my house all the time and we would drink and shit like that. And I don't know what happened. We just got really, really drunk and started playing games. And next thing you know, we were doing stuff on my chair, on my favorite chair. And this is back, you know what I mean? But, and I guess when I threw her on the bed and pulled her pants down, it was like, and I think she was kind of embarrassed by it because she did go home after that. Come to think of it, she did go home right after that. We didn't have sex at that point. She literally went home after that and then called me up so I could pick her up. And then that's when we had sex. So she cleaned all that shit up. But I think she was a little bit embarrassed by the fact that she had that down there. I was like, wow, I have never seen that shit before.
Well, that's all I have to do. That's how I get out of not having to, do the video sexting situation. But like I didn't shave. No. And you talking about a Negro that looked at that has seen this BJ for years, and that's how we get out of it. No.
I don't understand how that works because the truth of the matter is, I was like, I don't care. I really
nope. That's how I get out of it. Nope.
I really don't care.
Everything now, like it's you have to have. I guess you have to have that attitude. Like, I'm not comfortable with this, so I'm gonna make you uncomfortable.
Oh.
And that's how I am, because I mean,
it's weird though. Growing up, it was a big deal if you did have hair. It was a big deal to meet a girl with hair down there.
It was what?
It was cool to be with a girl who had hair down there. Like in the 90s,
growing up.
In the 90s,
the bush.
The
beaver.
The beaver. Literally, like every girl that you dealt with, you wanted a girl that had hair down there. It's almost like she was mature.
I wasn't that, because I was like the moment. Well, first of all, when I had hair at a very early age, and so I showed my mother, and she freaked me the fuck out by cutting the first little hair that I had down there, and I was like, ah! I thought she was gonna miss and cut something else, and I was gonna be bleeding out, about to die, but she didn't. She cut the hair, and that was that. But when I got to be a teenager and I realized how smooth and everything is nice and silky down there after you get rid of that hair. And I didn't have to wear no drawers. And that right there was a game changer. I ain't been wearing drawers and been keeping that hair cut low ever since. I probably done had hair long enough to be long down my back from down there, as much as I have kept it clean. Because that's just not.
Oh, no. See, and like you were a teenager in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but between the early 90s and the late 90s, there was a change in the hair down there. Like guys always had hair down there until recent, like till the 2010s, and then that's when guys started shaving down there. Guys were shaving down there earlier than that.
They were doing it earlier than that, because I was just like, see, this is the thing, right? You want me to be nice down there, right? So you got to be nice down there too. I'm not putting my mouth on that so I can get hairballs in my mouth. No, nigga, no.
And not too much TMI here, but I don't grow a lot of hair. So I am not a hairy person. I don't have hair on my arms. I don't have hair on my back. I don't have hair on my chest. I don't have hair. I don't grow hair like that. So that would never have a real issue to me. Like literally, I got very little hair there. I got very little hair under my underarms. I'm trying my hardest to grow this beard out. It seems like it's not going nowhere. But I have very little hair. I don't grow hair. I'm not a hairy person. Like I said, I don't have no hair in my arms at all. You know what I mean? I don't grow hair. I got some of my toes there. That's weird. But I don't grow hair, so I never had that issue. You know what I mean? Like the one issue that I can never do, I know for myself. I'm glad I don't have hair because I'll be shaving that shit like crazy. If I hair on my chest, I never want a hair on my chest, and I know I would be shaving the hair off my chest like crazy. I don't have hair on my chest. I'm not big on hair having a hairy chest. You know, a hairy back. I don't have a hairy back. A hairy ass. I don't have a hairy ass. You know what I mean? I have very little hair in my genitals, and I got the hair on my head, and some of it on my face. You know,
Well,
but
I am the opposite of that because I am very hairy indeed. I am, and yeah, I have to remove hair. I have hair on my arms, although it is much thinner than it was when I was coming up because I literally had that hair that you can do like the like the what do you call them, finger waves.
yeah,
I can finger wave my arm hair.
yeah.
I can finger wave my leg hair. So
And see, and I never had that though. I never had that type of issue with hair. Like I never had. I like my ex-wife. She had hair on her arm, and it's very noticeable because she was very light. You know what I mean? But as a whole, you know, I'm not against hair or for hair. You know what I mean? I'm very, you know, it's not like it's something that really matters. It just can't be it can't be disgusting. You know what I mean? Like it can't be like everywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, I knew I dealt
that's
with.
when you have to go get it removed.
I remember there was one joint I dealt with. She had a landing strip. That shit was just like she shaved all but a part of hair, and it would be straight down the middle, literally straight down the middle. Crazy, but I don't know. It just in the early 2000s, it wasn't a big deal. But then as 2010 came along, men were shaving, like they started coming out with products and shit for men to shave their hair down. And it became natural. I know it may not be your requirement for a man to have, maybe your requirement for that out, not to have hair down there. But back when I was going in the 2000s, a man can have hair down there. It was never a big deal.
I'll just be looking at him like, He'd be like, come on, no.
That's why I be wondering about sometimes. Now, like I said, I'm not the biggest hair person. I always wonder when it comes to women because I see women with men and they're just hairy. Like hairy. Like I wouldn't even want that man, I wouldn't even want that person touching me how much hair, like hair on their arm, their chest, on their legs, like thick ass hair. Like
I don't mind the hair on your legs, your chest, and all those things. As long as like you don't expect me like to suck your nipples or nothing like that. Because guess what? I have a gap. I cannot tell you how many times I've had hair in my teeth because of situations.
Yeah.
And I just be like,
yeah, no.
And that's why I don't do this shit and get up and walk out the room. Because like I don't like it.
Yeah, no. See, that's especially when you like somebody, you on somebody's chest and they got, I don't know.
I can deal with laying on it. I just can't deal with it being in my mouth.
So you're telling me you can lay on a motherfucker with a sweaty ass chest with hair?
It ain't gonna be sweaty.
And he's not working.
So what?
Then he's not working.
No, because some people don't sweat from their chest. Some people sweat from their forehead, and that's it. That doesn't mean that's not a thing. I can deal with it just being there naturally on your face, but don't ask me to put my mouth on places that you have not cleaned up.
I feel you on that. I do feel you on that. Trust me.
Because I'm gonna help you unless I know for a fact that we just trying to get it in, and that's gonna be that. And I'm not even trying to worry about cleaning up down there. You know what I'm worried about cleaning up down there? We just gonna get it in, be done, take a nap. Okay, that's it.
Here's my thing with that. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to females, I don't give a fuck. That shit, some of that shit don't even fucking matter. Only thing that would matter to me if you stink, that will turn me off. Or you got hair in places that you don't supposed to be having hair in.
Where is it on the body that you're not supposed to have hair?
Your nipples, your chin.
But women do have hair there.
I don't like that. Especially on the nipple.
Why would hair? You mean hair growing around the nipple?
Yes, nigga.
I don't know about all that.
Look,
I've never seen that situation. I have seen a woman that had the hair that grows like this.
No, I can't do that either. No.
And I just, for the life of me, I always thought that it was a birthmark.
No,
And I asked her one day, I was like, so what is this right here? She's like, girl, hair just grows right there. And I was like, you don't want to like have it removed? She's like, no.
Like literally, I have no hair on my chest. Look at that. No hair. I don't want to deal with a woman with hair on her chest. I'm sorry.
She just had. I was like, if she go take a nap, I'll just get some wax, lay it up there,
and run out the room. I got it.
Because, in my humble opinion, nothing was wrong with her. She was beautiful, pretty girl. But that was there, and I was like, you just don't want to like get rid of it so you don't have to worry about it.
And the weird thing is, I don't really mind hair on the vagina. I just don't like hair everywhere else. Like I'm not big on underarm hair. Really not big on underarm hair. And a mustache hair.
Let me see. Where's my underarm hair? Well, I can't see it, so it must be low. I know I got rid of it.
I don't have underarm hair. Look at that. No underarm hair at all. None. At all. I don't shave my underarms. I don't.
Alopecia of the armpit.
What's me out? What's that?
Alopecia.
I don't know what alopecia means.
Alopecia is I think it's like an autoimmune disorder that your hair doesn't grow.
Yeah, I don't grow underarm hair. I mean, I got hair, but it's like, it's not even that much. I haven't shaved my underarm ever in my life. I never had to. Never had to. Now, I still have to do deodorant though, so hair doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with it.
I don't shave. I remove it either with a cream or I get wax. Now, since COVID, I wax myself. I might not do that again, but I go get waxed. But since COVID, kind of put a little damper on things because you're in an intimate spot with somebody for minutes. And I was like, do I want to do that right now?
That shit look like it hurts.
Plus, I was really, really rough. So, COVID hit and we were out of commission for some months. Mm-hmm. So I was rough. Like I needed to go. Like I could trim my hair with scissors and hope and pray that when she snatched it, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't go even when they opened back up because I was like, I still don't want to get out too much. I knew it was going to fucking hurt. Oh, yes. That was going to hurt because it had been so many months since anybody had put it on me. And I just knew that one little spot, like right above the clitoris, where they got going there and they got it's sensitive, but it's not sensitive. And I just knew when she laid that wax down there, it was going to have a light little happy tingle. And then it was going to be like, whoosh, and I was probably going to bleed. And I was like, what did she grab my? No, can't do that.
No, the one that got me was when they do the asshole. And I seen two people do it. One of the famous persons, somebody I knew. And they put the wax on her in between her ass and they ripped their hair out. And that shit looked like it hurt like a motherfucker.
No, that really didn't hurt to me. My booty didn't hurt. The top part up here didn't hurt. And quite frankly, the inside it was like a good pain or whatever. It's like one of those good pains. My underarms definitely didn't hurt. I would get my underarms done like every 2 weeks because it just seemed like every 2 weeks some like other hair would grow where the other hair was pulled. So I would go every 2 weeks. That was fine. Like that didn't hurt at all. What hurts? What hurts is that little area when they have to pull back.
Your labia?
Pull back, boy. And they have to lay that wax, and they don't do the strip of that. They do the hard wax. Yeah. So they just lay the wax, let it cool a little bit, and they yank it. And I'm like, ooh. Yeah.
Y'all do.
I'm holding it now because I'm like, woo, Jesus. That is a sting. But I promise you, after you walking around and you just like, woo, that's the best feeling. After everything's been plucked and pulled out and everything's nice and smooth, and you walking around and it's just like.
Question though, I always wonder, like we always do, like especially females, y'all do a lot of stuff to make yourself look presentable, and I don't know, and I'm not going to give men all the credit because y'all might do that shit for yourselves. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, so, it ain't. I can tell you that right now, and I'm single. But yeah, I that's for me.
I was just talking to somebody about that. I was looking at this comedy show, and you just brought up a very important point. They always say when a black person want to emphasize something, they don't use a better word. What they say is that word twice. So instead of saying I'm free, I'm single, you said I'm single. And every black person knows what you talk about when you say I'm single. I'm single.
Know it.
I'm single. You know.
Y'all know it.
So, well, we know it. We talking about doing one-line dating, so we already know. Good. You know what I mean? But shoot, this was actually a fun show. I think me and you are both high. I can see you hide your eyes. I'm going to tell you no lie. Like your eyes look like they fucking puffy. Like you look like you high as hell right now.
I'm feeling it. I might call somebody.
Baby daddy number one.
I don't know why you always want to put his name in here. It ain't got to necessarily. I just, excuse me, people. The ones that are watching the show just for me. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's watching the show just for me. But look, okay, I'm single. There's no baby daddy that lives here. So there's that.
We're not going to get into that on the air. I'm going to cut that off right now. We're not going to get into the discussion on air. But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, you look like you nice, though. The ice cream really good. The ice cream got you going. Oh, man. Well, everybody, we're going to cut the show off right now. It's going on about 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? I will have last week's show up and this week's show up this weekend. But it was my birthday weekend, and I'm not doing it. You know, so, you know, I mean, 42, I made it to 42. Yeah, I'm there. I'm in my 40s. I'm well in my 40s now. I can't even lie about it. Before I was barely in.
What'd you do for your birthday? Birthday, boy?
I barbecue with the fam. That's all I did. I had some friends come over. You know what I mean?
Grown man status.
I would rather have been at a party.
Grown man status. Let me say it in the microphone. Hold up. Grown man status.
Old man status. I was bored as shit.
Grown man status.
Old man status.
It was something I was gonna say about a club, but we already talked about it, so I'm done with that.
You know what though? I got free passes to go to a strip club with 6 guests.
Hey.
But the thing is, I really don't want to go to the strip club.
You do what now?
I don't want to go to strip clubs.
Why not?
I haven't been to a strip club in about 7 years.
Why don't you take Miss Lamar and y'all go to the strip club?
No, definitely ain't going. But no, definitely that ain't going.
So my opinion, the guys that don't take their women to the strip club have a thing going on with them. To me.
All right. First of all, I haven't been to a strip club in 7 years. I haven't been to a strip club being single, and I already know she don't like it. So no.
But there's a way to make her feel secure in going to the strip club. There's a way to do that.
All right. First of all, the strip clubs up here, I don't even call them strip clubs. They're titty bars. They're just topless people. I don't call them strip clubs up here. Second of all, the reason why I don't go to strip clubs, honestly, is I feel like it's a waste of money. I pay $10 to $20 to get into the club. I have $100 on ones. I'm just throwing on some chick paying somebody electric bill and rent with the bitch. And I'm not really coming home with nothing. I'm not getting the excitement of it. I don't really give a damn about the dancing and shit like that. I'm past the age where I'm really titillated by that shit anymore. So I really don't see the point of me going.
You're going because it's a different experience.
I've been through that experience multiple times.
I feel like okay, so another thing that me and my ex used to get into it about, I wanted to go out with him. Not necessarily just to be there with him, to watch him do whatever. I wanted to go out with him because I wanted to dance with other people and then have somebody to go home with. And it didn't have to be some rando that's at the club. Because in my opinion, that keeps everything a little spicy. We go together. You go that way and I'm gonna go this way. Don't have no hard feelings because I'm not gonna be kissing on nobody. We just gonna be bumping booties to dick, that's how we dance, how we do.
Yeah.
Don't get jealous. Just go dance with somebody. And then all that you got built up in you, take it out on me when you get home. Okay.
First of all right, my name, I'm going to just tell you like this. You honestly are a different type of person. So I can't sit up here and judge what you do and be like, that would be cool. You're a different type of nigga. Like, really, I can't do that. And no, come on, nigga, come on. You you're a different type of nigga too. So I don't even know why you trying to front like you not. You a different type of people. Most people normal people, not you. Man, please, you can't go to a strip club like that.
How come?
Hold on.
Any club.
No, it's not. Like, it's not even a fact about bringing anybody with me that I have a problem. I just don't. I really don't. I don't like strip clubs. I definitely don't like North Carolina strip club. I think they're boring. I think they don't do nothing spectacular. I mean, shit. I can go to Onyx, and Onyx is okay, but it ain't like something I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to go to Onyx. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it ain't. What about just a regular club?
I haven't been to a regular club in almost a year. I don't know, and I don't. The weird thing is I haven't had a desire to go to a regular club either.
My whole thing, like, whenever me and my ex would go to a club together, especially if it was with a crew, I would go my way and he would go his way. And I'd be over there dancing with whomever. Sometimes I dance with girls, sometimes I dance with guys. That made no difference to me. Because at that time I'd probably be highly intoxicated and having a great little time. Okay? And then you got it. We going home together. And don't sit up here. Don't have no long conversation about, oh, I seen you. You said, what did you see? You didn't see shit. You was over there. You were supposed to be over there having a good time. And I was over here having a good time. And then we came home. Now I'm supposed to have another good time. And now you want to talk about shit that's going to ruin the good time.
Yes.
I need somebody to go with me to the club. We go together. We go our separate ways. We do whatever we're doing in the club. And then we come home.
See, I don't know what you need is. I ain't going to. I don't want to get you in trouble. I'm going to leave it alone.
You said what?
I want to say it. Fuck it. You need a different type of relationship. You're one of the few people I know that can handle a different type of relationship. We have talked about this before. You need an open relationship. Cause
I've asked.
You do need a
when I was in a relationship, I asked both times. I asked because what is to me it's like, what is it? You just want to do it the old timey way. You just want I want to pretend like you don't know what the hell's going on, and I get to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Fuck all that, because the second time around, I took what my ex-husband said to he. He said he wanted me to cheat on him back, and then we would be together. And I was like, but why would I cheat on you when I could just be done with your ass and do whatever I want to do? Period.
You know what though? See, now remember that song by Mario on Winans, I Don't Want to Know, with him and Puppy?
Mm-hmm.
I always live myself by that shit. Like literally, I ain't gonna say I don't care if you cheat. I just don't want to find out if you're cheating. I don't like. I feel like it's more disrespectful if I find out that you were cheating than so.
You wouldn't. Well, I can't say you would never have to worry about it, because I told my ex that I did on every time I did it. So
yeah, no,
there's that.
I don't.
I was like, what's the difference between this and I was like, what's the difference between this and me doing it in front of your face? Like, what's the difference? I'm not gonna bring somebody home. That's disrespectful. But
I can think you're doing it. The think you're doing it and actually seeing that you're doing it is a totally different thing. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like being something that's brought to my face is a totally different thing. And I know people like, what? Like literally, I don't think that just because somebody cheat is the end of a relationship or something that can kill a relationship. I don't think that's something that should be able to do that. But I'm also of the mindset of if you're going to do it and do it respectfully, don't let me find out about it. If I find out about it, then, you just didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But even still, like,
there's gonna be no way for me. You ain't gonna find out about it. If that's the case, I'll tell you.
But with that said, though, it's funny how you get older and certain things that you were like, nah, I wouldn't deal with that. Then when you get older, it's like, okay, I can see myself. I can deal with that. Like I always said, oh yeah, it's just gonna be me, her, the kids, and stuff like that. Now it's like, I can see it. I can deal with a situation, a poly situation. Like I said, as long as it ain't like disrespectful or not like that, I can deal with that. You know what I mean? And the one thing about the 2010s and the 20s I realized is I think people are starting to define themselves and their relationships differently than they did while we were growing up, our parents
because
were growing
it
up.
wasn't acceptable.
Yeah, and I feel like now people are like, okay, yeah, I got a girlfriend and she like my girlfriend. We all together and we all want a relationship. That wasn't really acceptable 10 years ago. And I'm going to say 10 years ago because that was still a stigma on that. You know what I mean? Or, yeah, my husband cheat and I cheat, but we know each other like that. You know what I mean? When we cool with each other like that, that wasn't acceptable 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like this shit just started happening where people were dealing with other people, or even the fact that people were swinging. Now that was happening 20 years ago, but now it's even more acceptable. It's not even a big, like it used to be a big thing that, you and your spouse were swingers. Now it's just a normal life, you know what I mean?
That's the whole situation.
I think we've been indoctrinated, literally. I don't even know. I know I ain't saying this in the show, but we've been indoctrinated to think that our heart and our vaginas or our penises are connected together. Like literally. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying as we grow up, like as an older generation, we are indoctrinated to think that if you have sex with somebody, you automatically. I wish she had stayed on here. I wish Trina had stayed on here for this. I want to hear her opinion on that because I already know yours. But we've been indoctrinated to think that just because you have sex with somebody, you automatically gotta be in love with this person.
Nope.
Or the fact that somebody has sex with somebody else, they automatically don't love you. You know what I mean? And sometimes we put the physical in the emotional and mental, and we all put it all together. And shit, as somebody who lived life, I have had sex with people I have never ever cared about. You know what I mean?
Same.
And there are people that I have never had sex with that I care about greatly.
And there's people that some of those people that you have sex with care about you deeply.
Yeah.
And they get blocked.
Oh man. I remember.
Cause I'm that type of person. If I said this is what it is, that's what it is. And I thought about when I watched American Gods. So the girl in like the early episodes, she was like, the dude made a pass at her. And she slapped him. And she was like, my man is locked up, da 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 da. And then he came back, and then he left, and da da da. So then he had to come over her house and fix something or whatever. And she was up on the counter, and he came up there, and she was like, my man is locked up. And if you say anything about it, yeah, that's what she's telling. And if you say anything about it, da 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 da. And that's kind of like how I am. Like, say something if you want to. I guarantee you, somebody gonna get shot, and it ain't gonna be me.
Exactly.
That's how I say it.
Yeah,
they don't know about you necessarily.
I've heard stories.
I keep trying to, but see.
How about you though?
What?
I said I've heard stories, but not about you. I'm just saying I've heard stories about people being threatened and saying, "Oh, I'm going to tell your such and such boyfriend or girlfriend," and the person said, "Oh, you can tell her. Oh, she might be mad at me, but she's going to drag your ass across the street just because you knew about me and you still was fucking with me. So she's going to drag you. She ain't going to do that to me, but she's going to do it to your ass." And, so it's like, I know for myself, it's one of those situations where I was talking to somebody about the same story about the old lady with the gray hair down there. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about that. And a woman just said, "Oh, why didn't you didn't want her to be your girlfriend or anything like that?" And I said, because it wasn't that type of situation. We were just fucking around. Well, and plus she had a boyfriend, so I really didn't, that couldn't have happened. Then she was like, "Well, if she didn't have a boyfriend, you wouldn't want her to be your girlfriend?" I said, "No, I didn't." No, I didn't want her to be my girlfriend. And she said, "Why not?" I said, "That just wasn't the situation for that." And I thought to myself, and I was like, now the one thing she didn't ask, and she should ask herself, does the girl really want to be my girlfriend? You know what I mean? Like, she had a situation, like, when we and her wasn't together, where she wanted to be my girlfriend. Maybe she just liked what we were doing and having fun, and that's it. She didn't want to complicate it into a relationship. But you don't automatically, but that's that thing, just because you have sex with somebody, you automatically have to be in a relationship with them. And I know people say you have kids. That's why they got the morning after pill and condoms. You know what I'm saying? Condoms, morning after kill, birth control, all that shit is for the fact that mistakes do happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I just don't.
But it's just funny. Like, I think that people are still under the influence of, if you have sex with somebody, no matter what the relationship is, that you have to be emotionally attached to that person. You know what I mean? Or that person don't have to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. And I know I've said this many times, and I'll say this again. I am not one of those people that believe that you can only fall in love with one person at a time. I babysitted the hell out of that. But I am not one of those people that believe that you can only be with one person at a time. Or you can only fall in love with one person at a time.
I don't know about the love thing, because I just feel like, in my opinion, it's not a real love, if that makes any sense. It's like and it's like an increased amount of lust. Go back there and get the other finger there, please.
MC, but I'm not really talking about the sexual aspect of being with somebody. I'm talking about the aspect of You can love somebody without having sex with them,
I didn't know.
or you can love somebody deeply, and you can love somebody else deeply in different ways.
And the part that you said in different ways is the major part, because you can't love someone deeply, both two people, the same way.
But how can you love anybody the same way? I mean, there's people who wife or husband had died and they got married and fell in love with the person they got married with. I'm very much guaranteeing you that they didn't fall in love with them the same way they fall in love with their spouse, their first wife, or something like that passed away.
But that's my thing. You cannot love somebody the same. Like I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you can say that, oh, I love this person, blah, 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 blah. I don't think you can say, oh, I love these two, I love these three. I mean, you can say I love them, but it's not gonna be, there's gonna be one that's gonna stick out more than the other.
I mean, all right, so say for instance, you got cars. I hate to equate people to cars. You can love all three of your cars. Shit, fuck it.
The one, I'm gonna love one more than the other.
You may enjoy one more than the other, but you maybe enjoy all three of them. You know what I mean?
I enjoy all three, but there's gonna be one that's my favorite.
Like for instance, if I have a car, I have a car that I drive, and it's my little car, it's my scoop. You know what I mean? It'll scoop me here, scoop me there. I can go anywhere. It's practical, low on gas. Love that. But I also got a gas that goes outside that eats up a lot of gas, but it's big as fuck, comfortable. Can hold up, ride a whole family in that bitch. Love that car too. You know what I mean? Now, the car I'm pulling up with or pulling out with, it's usually a scoop because that's mine. But still, you know what I mean? And if it's a convertible, it's definitely going to be the convertible because I love the convertible more than any other car. But it's just the fact that, you know, I even say that with kids. You know, I got 5 kids. I love all my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Love them all the same.
Right. So it's like you can't. You can't love them the same.
But it's not like I love them. I can't love them, but I don't love one less than the other.
Okay, you can't love them less than the other, but there may be one or two that stick out more so than the others.
Of course, and you know what? What is funny because you talk to parents like that, and they be like, I love all my kids the same. I love all of them. Yeah, you do, but you gotta understand that there are personality traits for one of your kids that really stick. Like that whole thing with a favorite child thing, that is real. Every parent got a child is like, you know what? There's something about this child right here that connects to me. And
I tell them that. I tell my kids that though.
Oh,
they don't have to ever wonder or whatever. But then I also switch out some days because the baby has been getting on my nerves here lately, and I'd be like, you know what? You've been kicked out the favorite spot. Okay.
Yes. You are now tier 2.
Yes, we're now the second favorite. Oh, here she comes.
Mm-hmm.
She heard her name. Bye, baby. Bye. You can look at me any type of way. You about to go stay with your daddy.
But no, seriously though, like literally, I got
little orange self.
But I got 5 of them. I can tell you these characteristics. My oldest son, I love my oldest son. He's my oldest. He's my first. I remember when he was born. I was staying up all night with the boy. My second son, I remember when he was born, and he would sit on my lap and play and just be cool. And me and him had a different connection. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is having your first girl. She's the biggest one. Now the two down here, their personalities are so different from the other 3. It's not even funny. Especially the little one. That little one right there, she cracks me the heck up. But the other one, she calms me every time with her heart. And you know, she know how to calm me every time, just doing cute shit to me and only me. So, you know, it's literally like, you know, I love all my kids, but all my kids are loved equally, but differently. I love them equally though. I don't love one more than the other. I just love them differently. You know what I mean?
I can't say that right now. All the experiences of the teenage years, I know that all of them are going to go through it, but right now, hey, I'll drop them all off at the fire department.
But
All y'all can go.
at the end of the day, though, when your sons get in their 20s, it may come full circle.
I mean, when they get in their 20s, I know it's all gonna surpass.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's just to the point where I'm learning. I probably already knew this, but you know, when people say, "Oh, you can't love one child more than the other," or "You can't love," it's not loving one child more than the other; it's loving differently. And I still live in the fact that I can love multiple people, but in different ways. Now, you know, I'm an atheist, so I don't really believe in God per se, but the Bible do say and talk about, you know, when the Bible talks about not looking at a woman, not talking to a woman, the reason why I said that is because you can always fall in love with a woman and it could be totally different from a wife. And literally, there are people in the Bible who are married to multiple women, and they love their spouse more. They love the new woman a little differently than the one they first got. I got a question though, and then I'm going to end it like this.
Yeah.
There is one story in the Bible. There's one Bible character that I always found interesting. And the one thing about him, and he had a relationship with a man. And I don't know, in the religion I had, it was just saying he just had such deep affection for this man. But if you read the Bible, and if you just go on his face and read it, it seemed like they were gay. If you ever get a chance to do anything and read your Bible, read about David and King Solomon's son, Jonathan. He literally said that he loved that man more than he could have loved any other woman. Like, you go through the patches and it sounds really, really gay. But where I was growing up was, oh no, that was just talking about the deep affection that he had for this man, that he loved him more than a woman. But I also know,
like a brother.
Yeah, but it was deeper than that. If you read it, you can tell it was a deeper situation than that. You know, because when he died, he mourned him. But it was a deeper situation than that. Whereas when I heard the Greeks used to talk about falling in love with a man, and they would say the same thing about falling in love with a man. There's no greater love between two people than a man than a man. And these are the Greeks, and this is a warrior fighting. These are warrior class people. So if these Greeks felt the same way, and you look in your Bible, and they tell you the same thing, and you know the Greeks were gay, how do I not know this man was gay also?
Well, they weren't all gay, but I mean, it was there. No, it's something that they did, but it's actually been around for forever.
In Greek society, it was more acceptable to be gay than anything else. And especially when it came down to, like, all women were used for was make more children for the most part. But, you know, you got to think about their lifestyle was living in the army all the time. And so they also had male companionship. I mean, even you think about the not the Gladiators, the 300. You ever see that movie 300?
I don't know that I did.
If you think about the Spartans when they were raised, they were usually raised by a older army man, and most of the time these older army men used to have sex with the young boys, and that's well documented. Like in Greece, it was to the point where if you was under the age of 13, a man could just pick you up and make you his sex slave. You can look that up. You know, it's not something I'm making up. That's just what it was. So that was that society. So to say, oh no, it was more acceptable to the island of Lesbos is for lesbians. You get what I'm saying?
If that is the thing? What if women literally are just to make a baby? Because I've been looking at, so I be scrolling through the app and I be looking at these guys and I'm like, Why are you on here searching for a woman? Cause you look like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I love women to death, and that's my thing. I don't even like going out without a woman around. But here's my thing. You ever notice? And this is, I don't even have to go back 100. I only have to go back 200 years. You ever notice if you look at those cowboy movies, or you think about those, it wasn't until the 1920s where women were actually in the bar with men. So when a man used to go to the bar and get drunk, who was he around all the time?
Men.
Bunch of men. All them cowboy movies, they go to the saloon. There were not that many women going in the cowboy saloon. I mean, most of the women that were in around there were just prostitutes. But who are they hanging around with? A lot of times, men don't hang. Men as a whole, you ever know, men as a whole, they hang out with each other a lot. You know what I mean?
Not that I like that.
I mean, it's not all. I mean, men hang out with each other a lot. You know, and to think that that's anything that changed back then, the the ACBC, ADBC area, these men were always like homosexuality. That's why when people are like, well, the world going to hell with all this homosexuality has always been a big thing.
It's always been here because when we were learning in biology in college, is that even a man can like a man, but he may have 2 X chromosomes and a Y.
Yeah.
But what does that make him? Is he a man or is he a woman? Yeah. Is that a woman or is it a man? Or you have 2 Ys and 1 X. What does that make you?
I mean, just thinking about, you go through Greek and Roman history, most of the Romans were gay. Like most of the Roman emperors were gay. They had women, but they were really dealing with men, and most of the men are little boys. And you think about, English history, they had kings and stuff, and the king always had a favorite, and his favorite was always a fucking man. What did that tell you? You know what I mean? More or less, the queen didn't have no date. Like, there were queens. They never had no girlfriends like that. They always had side niggas, but they never had no girlfriend for a man.
But did they though?
Because
they had what do they have? Whatever a lady in waiting, yeah, or that type of thing that would be, there every beck and call.
I mean, it wasn't until a certain type of situation. I mean, Muslims didn't encourage it. They very much encouraged having multiple women. In Africa in itself, African culture didn't encourage gay. African culture did not encourage gay culture. Not saying that
it was there.
I'm going to say, not saying that it was not there. It just wasn't encouraged. So to be like, oh well, being gay is something new, or something like that, or something. Being gay, homosexuality is nothing new. Homosexuality, honestly, and I'm not even gonna go to the biblical sense. I just feel like homosexuality already been there since the beginning of time. Now, I don't know what the point of homosexuality is. Myself, I have no attraction to a man myself, because I feel like there's nothing about a man. Like I just told you about the hairy chest, the hairy arms, the hairy legs. Ew, nasty, disgusting. You know what I mean? And to be real with you, I love pussy. I love breasts. I love a woman's soft skin. I love a woman's smell. All that. There's nothing about a man that attracts me. Even though I can sit here and say, oh yeah, he's handsome. You know what I mean? But I don't, it's not something I'm like, oh yeah, I want to fuck him. You know what I mean? I love pussy.
I'm just trying to think about, I don't want to think about it because I just don't. Because I just don't want to think about that.
Yeah, like there's nothing about gay man sex that's actually even appealing. How many women think about? How many women do you know really be like, you know what? I want to see 2 men fuck. You don't see that. And shit, you even got women that don't mind seeing 2 women fuck.
I really don't get off on that either, because I just, because I guess it's the type of sex that I want. So I would prefer seeing heterosexual couples. That's just me.
Like I said, I'm not big on. I'm actually like, if I watch porn, I don't like two women fucking. You know, I definitely, I, you know, I don't know why I don't mind seeing a woman fuck a man. You know what I mean? And be like, oh well, you gotta look at his dick. Like, I got my own dick. I don't give a fuck about looking at his dick. His dick ain't nothing to me. But I'd rather see her getting the shit fucked out of her by a man than her fucking a woman. They don't attract me. And I think in the previous life, I might have been a boy. Who knows? You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm just saying as a whole though, when you think about human society, I mean, homosexuality has been around for so long, you know, to act like it's just brand new because supposedly it's not in your Bible, what it actually is in your Bible. You know what I mean? You just ain't paying attention long enough to really see it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But, you know, I want to end it on that note because, you know, that will send us into a whole other world. You know, it was fun having Trina on. She actually brought up some good points and she was very active in the conversation. So that was kind of cool. And like I said, you know, we'll do this every week. I'll get the 2 videos up this week. So we're going to have 2 videos up instead of 1. I had fun today, too. I'm coughing and shit. But we're going to end the show like this. My name is Todd Omar. And before I go, I say this. If you like the show, you was entertained, yo, put the thumbs up, put them thumbs up. Put them thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Hit us up, you know what I mean? Help us grow this channel even more. You know, we really enjoy doing this. Shit, we may not have an audience, but we do it anyway. She high, I'm drunk, what the fuck? Anyway, and so we're gonna say, this is Tyler Marr, she is.
2 Winters.
And this is
Talking Shit with TNT.
And we out, y'all.
It's a respect to me, yeah. Put some respect to my love, cause all you do is shit on it. Try to be